A very good morning, 8th standard. Again, this is social studies class of block 22, elements of weather and climate. And this is lesson plan 4, pressure belts and variation of winds. So, first of all, I hope you have completed all your work that was given in the previous classes. And now I hope you are ready with all your essentials. Now moving further, first of all we will see the keywords. The keywords of this lesson is pressure system. Now we will do a quick recap, and so far this block has covered factors affecting temperature, pressure and wind systems and their global distribution and variations. You may struggle to understand how variations in temperature and air pressure determine Earth's weather and climate. So we will learn about that. What are we going to learn? We will understand the connection between the pressure belts and the heat zones of the Earth. Now tell me, why is temperature the most important element of weather and climate? So your answer might be an increase in air temperature makes the air hot and light. Hot air expands and rises up, creating a low pressure area. Where temperature decreases, the air is cold and heavy. Cold air sinks down, creating a high pressure area. As soon as a high or low pressure area develops, the air starts moving horizontally. This surface in motion is called wind. Thus, we see that temperature is governing factor of weather and climate. That is why temperature is very important. Got it? Now, see this diagram carefully because you need to draw it in your notebook. You can draw it, color it, make the arrow as it is given, and write down all the important labels where they are. And while writing it, while drawing it, keep all these things in your mind, such as degree, name of the pressure and areas of the arrow. It means directions of the arrow, in which direction they are moving. I hope you got it. After that, you will review the section on the formation of pressure belts and variation of winds. You can pause the video here, draw it, read it, come back again. I will ask you few of the questions related to your diagram. I hope you have done it. Now moving further. Now tell me, what are the two factors that are associated with distribution of pressure system? So the two factors associated with distribution of pressure system are rotation of the earth and world's heat zones. Got it? Now, what are the two broad categories of pressure systems developed along the belts? The two broad categories of pressure systems are high pressure system and low pressure system. Got it? Now, how many pressure belts, low pressure belts, are there in the world? Reading again, how many pressure belts are there in the world and what are their names? So there are 7 pressure belts in the world. These are equatorial low pressure belt, subtropical high pressure belts, subpolar low pressure belts, and 2 polar high pressure belts. I hope you understood it. I will repeat. There are 7 pressure belts in the world. 1 equatorial low pressure belt, 2 subtropical high pressure belts, and 2 subpolar low pressure belts are there, and 2 polar high pressure belts are there. Now tell me, how many low pressure belts and high pressure belts are there? So there are 3 low pressure belts and 4 high pressure belts. Now describe air circulation in high and low pressure belts. In low pressure belts, air moves upwards, and in high pressure belts, air sinks downwards. Now, state the extension of latitudes along with the pressure belts developed. So, the equatorial low pressure belt extends from 5° north to 5° south on either side of the equator. The subtropical high pressure belts extend between 300 to 350 north and south of the equator. The subpolar low pressure belts extend between 60° to 65° north and south of the equator. The polar high pressure belts occur between 80° to 90° north and south of the equator. I hope all these things you can understand when you keep your image in front of you. The image of pressure belts. Now moving further, why does a low pressure belt develop along the equator? So as you know, the sun rays always fall vertically at the equator. The temperature of this region always remains high, and so a permanent low pressure system develops here. Got it? Because it is very hot and the hot air goes upwards. That is why low pressure system is there. Now, why does a high pressure system develop near 30 to 35° north and south of the equator? So the warm air from the equatorial belt rises up and moves towards the north and south poles. Near the 30 to 35° north and south latitudes, this air cools at higher altitudes and sinks. This creates a high pressure system. Got it? Now, why does a high pressure system develop near the poles? The polar regions, as you know, are the frigid zone. The sun rays that reach here are very slanting. For 6 months in a year, the sun rays do not reach the poles at all. Therefore, the temperature is freezing and pressure is high. I hope you understood. Now, describe the direction of planetary winds according to the pressure belts. Now, listen it carefully. Trade winds blow as northeasterlies in the northern hemisphere and as the southeasterlies in the southern hemisphere from the subtropical highs to the equatorial low. In the northern hemisphere, the westerlies blow from the southwest and in the south hemisphere from the northwest between subtropical highs to subpolar lows. Polar winds blow from the east in both the hemisphere between polar highs to subpolar lows. I hope you understood it. If you do have any problem, then we will explain it in the live classes. Okay, so mention the lessons which you have some doubts or the problems so that we can discuss it in the coming weeks of our live classes. Got it? Now after that you need to complete your practice question 10 and additional questions, and in the content book you will do my learning chart. Got it? I hope you will complete it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.